With Division One commits seemingly everywhere on the roster, Buford looks to be a force in 2021 and opens as the #1 team in the PBR Georgia Power 25. I'm Cory McCartney. I'm with PBR Georgia Scouting Director Phil Kerber, and we welcome in the coach of the Wolves, Stuart Chester. Coach, it's good to have you.
I appreciate you guys having me today.
Coach, I just want to start with looking at your roster as a whole. I think I did the count, and it's 10 Division One commits, 9 of them going to Power 5 schools. How do you manage all of this talent?
Well, I think we're blessed in the fact that our better players are better people, and they're good kids. I told them at practice the other day, all the rankings and stuff. Really, and we're very appreciative. Don't get me wrong, and just to be recognized. But the rankings are for the commits and the talent, and I want to be a better team. Regardless of who's committed or what have you. But we're huge here at Buford. We focus more on outside the fence. I don't care if they're all 9 draft picks. We try to focus outside the fence and be elite there. And then I think inside the fence, things take care of themselves. We just have that philosophy: better people make better wolves. And I probably the locker room is where we deal with most of if there is anything about who's committed and who's not, and egos, which we don't have that. But I just think doing things in the community and outside the fence kind of take care of some of that non-team camaraderie.
Well, all that being said, Coach, I hate to bring it back to commits and rankings, but obviously you have a loaded pitching staff with Treyton Rank, a Florida State commit, among the top right-handed arms in Georgia. How have you seen his development of the secondary pitches as he enters his final season?
He's got command of 2 pitches, and he's got a split finger he throws that when it's on, he's nasty. The special thing about Treyton is, and I say this, there's not one position on the field that he can't play. He's outstanding behind the plate. For us, he's going to have to be on the mound. He can play shortstop, right field, first base. He's just that type of player, and I think with 5 tools, and it's good to have somebody like that when you have the majority of your commits that are on the field pitchers. So at some point in time, somebody from each position is going to come in on the mound.
Coach, I want to talk a little bit about your junior class, which I would go out there and say is probably the most talented junior class at a single school in the country. When you got guys like Dylan Lesko and Riley Stanford, but it goes even deeper than that. You got the transfer of Brant Balkum and Jackson Gaspar and Stanza Grodnick. How special can this group be?
I think they can be very, very special. And again, I don't want to be cliche and keep going back to it, but those 5 you mentioned are outstanding young men. They went in the classroom. And the talent, you look at the 5 tools, they all possess some special talent in all 5. And out of those, 3, 4 of them are pitchers. And I just believe good pitching beats good hitting. And, the person on the mound can change the game by himself. And for those to be mainly pitchers, I think that gives us an opportunity to be special.
Coach Phil had mentioned a couple of these guys here, but some big-time transfers: Tennessee commit Nathan Smith, Nebraska-bound Jackson Brockett, and Brant Balkum, who's headed for Georgia Tech. When you get guys like this that come into the system who are established in their own right, how quickly are you able to kind of pinpoint what they do so well and find out how they integrate into the team?
Well, the cool thing about that is all 3 of those guys, they know Dylan and Treyton and all those guys from summer ball. And to be slap honest, until tryouts, I have not seen one of those guys play. Of course, I heard, they've got commitments and things like that. And, just like I told them, we tell anybody here at Buford, our #1 concern is team chemistry. And I don't care what kind of talent you bring, we're going to have, in that dugout and in that locker room is our most special place. And you're going to have to fit. And if you don't fit, then, you just don't fit. But, we were blessed in the fact that those 3 guys were good friends with our guys here long before they came. And, just like with Dylan and Riley and those guys, they are outstanding young men, and they're talented. All 3 of them are talented. And it was nice to see Nate move in, behind the plate. That takes relief off some of these other guys that I really don't like to take a kid, put him behind the plate, and him pitch too. You know, we're big on arm care, and that's tough on people like Treyton and Jackson. And so, you know, it was big having Nate come in, and then of course Brant. You know, he's as solid as they come, and Jax. You know, the thing I was interesting about Jax is, you know, he really swings the bat well. I know, you know, he's a left-handed pitcher, but he swings the bat well, and you know, you can't beat a left-hander that drops the head on that inside pitch.
Coach, you guys are moving up to 6A this year. Wanted to get your thoughts on the region as well as the class as a whole.
Well, the region's going to be tough, I think, just because, I mean, you know, anytime you got to go through Brady House, it's a feat. And, you know, I know there'll probably be people that just not even interested in either program come to see him and Dylan Lesko square off. But, you know, Winder's always had a great program. They've always, you know, they're just hard-nosed baseball players. And, you know, that will be Decula, you know, go to them. They're tough year in and year out. Lanier. And I think 6A is loaded, to be honest with you. I think Houston County's got a lot of arms, a lot of D1 commits. You know, you look at Keith over at Altoona. I mean, I know they got 3 big arms. Carrollton's got big commits. Lee County would be tough. Pope's always there. I mean, it's going to be a challenge for us regardless of who we got and how many commits we have.
Well, Coach, I figure with your roster, we barely just scratched the surface here getting into how much talent you have. But if obviously a team that looks to be a lot of fun to watch this upcoming season, wishing you and Buford nothing but the best.
I appreciate it very much. And, hey, I appreciate what you guys do for high school baseball here in Georgia.
Thank you so much.